Well, folks, I hope you'll come along with me today as we take a look at two $100 day packs, and we look at the Kelty REDWING 36, new updated for 2020, Mountainsmith Clear Creek 25, and I'll break down for you if you're looking for a larger volume day pack, which way to go and what's the best way to spend $100. Well, that's right, folks. Welcome back to another video. Welcome along on the trek today, having a blast. And we're actually going to the same waterfall, but two different directions. The first time I carried with a good load my Mountainsmith Clear Creek 25. And then this time around, I'm carrying the REDWING 36 from Kelty. And I've used both of them on more than just these treks, but this is where you're gonna see a lot of the footage. Good loadouts. And just gonna talk about larger load day packs, because you can get, you know, those really lightweight, compact day packs, which are great for most people, but maybe you have a family, maybe like today, we're taking a big group. So I'm carrying the, you know, full medical kit. You know, I got my lunch, I got my, you know, YouTube camera equipment, got some other equipment that I got going on. And so, you know, like a 18-liter pack just ain't gonna cut it for me. And so we're gonna break down both of these packs, pros and cons. Some of them are built a little bit better, but some of them have better layouts or, you know, comfortability factors that I'll break down with you guys today. So that if you're looking for a larger day pack and you got about $100 to spend, I'm gonna point you in the direction, hopefully, of which one will be better suited for you, so you can walk away knowing what's gonna be the best choice for your usage and load. So let's go ahead, get to it, and break down these two packs. All right, well, let's look at what's the same with these two packs before we look at what's different with these two packs. Similarities are this. First off, they're both gonna come with lifetime warranties. So if you have any issues for the lifetime of the pack, you can get them replaced. So that's always a really nice feature to see. They're also gonna offer men's and women's torso designs. Lots of companies are starting to do this a lot more frequently with their designs, which is a good thing, so that both men and women can have the right design to fit properly on their hips and torso. So depending on male or female, they have options for you in both the 36-liter Kelty REDWING and the Clear Creek 25 from Mountainsmith. These will also be running with YKK zippers throughout the design on both of these. That's just a level of quality and durability you can always check with a pack. Does it have YKK zippers? Already you're gonna probably be on the right track. And as I said earlier in the video, they both MSRP for $100. So their price points are similar, and throughout this video, if one of these two connect with you, we will have hyperlinks for you over to Amazon, Backcountry, a lot of other websites that will offer to you guys. We appreciate when you use those hyperlinks, because I did go out and purchase both of these packs so that I could use them, test them, and then give you guys this content. And I want to thank you guys for subscribing. If you're not a current subscriber, hit that subscription button, hit that bell icon. We're throwing up videos like this all the time. And you current regular subscribers who've been following the channel for years, I appreciate you. You are awesome. So with that, let's see the differences now between these two packs. Obviously, literage, 25 liters on the Mountainsmith. It's going to be 18.75 inches high. I'm not going to go into a ton of other dimensions for you. You can look those up, and I'll try and annotate them in the video below as you're seeing it. Obviously, 25 liters. It's designed as a day pack, rated for 30 pounds. I carried about 20 in it, and it was definitely getting kind of loaded down. I could tell, because though it does have a semi-rigid polymer frame inside, just a piece of plastic, it's not designed for super heavy loads. I think ideally it would be 20 pounds or under, even though it has the durability rating, you know, up to 30 pounds. Very dense, good shoulder straps. The sternum strap is detachable and on a ladder system, which I really like. And then you have just a little belly strap with some wings here that kind of grab your body a little bit. And that is also either usable or detachable if you wanted to carry it kind of more as a round town bag and then go take it out on the weekends and throw the sternum strap and the belly strap on. That is a nice feature. And then you got a really good padding on the back here and a little air channel. One aspect, because this could technically handle pretty heavy loads at 30 pounds, there are no load lifters to help kind of bring the pack onto your shoulders a little bit better. I would have liked to see just a little bit better integrated yoke system with some load lifters. Would have helped just disperse the load a little bit better and not have it sagging down with the about ballpark 20 pounds that I had in it when I was using it. On the flip side, much larger pack, 36 liters. So we're talking about 11 extra extra liters that this Kelty is going to be able to carry. So it has a different yoke system that attaches, has load lifters, so it's able to carry heavier loads. I'm not seeing on their website any load rating, but it can easily handle 30 pounds. I had about the exact same 20-pound loadout with a lot of the footage that you're seeing, and it was able to distribute the load a lot better, a lot because of the yoke system and load lifters, but also because it's an overall longer pack at 23 inches overall length. It's designed to fit all torso sizes. I'm 6'2", weigh about 215, and it fit my torso just fine. The Mountainsmith is designed from 15 to 19 inches torsos on average. Obviously larger people, it's just gonna ride higher, but you know, it could easily fit my body. It didn't really cause any problems. But you have a huge integrated waist belt that is designed to carry heavy loads. So this is going to be able to distribute loads much better than what the Mountainsmith is, depending on the load carrying capability, as well as a lot of other compression to pull the pack onto the belt, good pull towards you straps to be able to carry it very well. And then it does have a sternum strap that runs on a track system. So it's a lot more difficult to kind of disconnect all of these things. You can remove the waist belt if you like. It's attached here with some Velcro, and you'd have to do a lot of disconnecting. So it's not as easy as on the Mountainsmith, and you are going to be stuck with those sternum straps on there. But for certain situations, if you don't want that waist strap, you can remove it. You do have a flow system. They call it their amp flow system. Feels good, contours your body well, and it's going to have a spring steel frame inside here. So obviously it's designed to not only carry much larger, but also heavier loads than what the Mountainsmith is really designed for. So you really got to ask yourself, when you start going over 20 liters, how much am I really carrying? What is the better solution? Is it better just to go with maybe something that's even smaller than the 25-liter Mountainsmith, or is that plenty? And you know, that just gives you a little bit extra versatility. Or are you looking at carrying 20, 25, 30 pounds of weight? And this makes a lot more sense because you really won't feel it on your back. After the hikes that I did, this was ultra comfortable, and I barely even knew it was on my back. I was starting to get a little fatigued with the Mountainsmith just because it's not carrying the load as well with the integrated belt like the Kelty has and the load lifters and steel frame. Now on the materials. Aside from the YKK zippers, the materials are different on the two packs. Now, the Mountainsmith has a ripstop nylon. It's 330 denier, double RS nylon. Just want to make sure to check my notes. It's good. I can tell that it's a very well-built, strong nylon, but helps cut down on the weight, because this is going to come in at 1 pound 12 ounces, being the lighter of the two packs. And then on the interior, it has 210 nylon embossed liners to help fight against water as well. It's not waterproof, but it'll be a little bit water resistant. And then all of the plastics, so like the clips, those type of things, the little D-rings, are Woojin plastics, which are a really good heavy-duty polymer, so it'll hold up to a lot of abuse in those type of activities. So moving on to the Kelty, we have a heavier pack at 2 pounds 9 ounces, so not quite a pound heavier, but it is 11 liters larger. It's got the steel frame inside, and it has an overall heavier denier at 420 denier poly blend is what the body is made out of. The plastics, where the clips are, sternum, and those type of things, they are a YKK plastic, so that's a good brand, good YKK zippers. But between the Woojin plastics on the Mountainsmith and the YKK on the Kelty, I can tell that the Woojins are just a little bit more durable, denser. Not to say that the Keltys are necessarily going to break out, but I can just tell that there's a build quality level on the Mountainsmith. And so I can just tell that with the nylon that Mountainsmith is using versus Kelty, with the ripstop double, lining and things that they're doing, and the Woojin plastics and stuff, that the Mountainsmith is just a little bit better on the durability scale, in my opinion, with the materials that they decided to go with over the Kelty. All right, so let's go ahead and walk around the pack, see what are some of the differences between the two designs on the exterior of their layouts. Now, when it comes to stuffing loose items, say like a jacket, raincoat, something like that, both packs offer you different options, and you can do it. In older versions of the REDWING, they had a basket kind of beaver tail design that you could shove your coats into, and it gave you a really good peace of mind and really had an extra level of versatility. They've opted in some of their versions now, particularly in this 36 liter version to just offer a crisscross option of shock cord, which does still allow you to lash your coats to, and it rode fine, but it loses some of its versatility in maybe throwing like a small gorilla pod tripod design or just other items that really aren't basically clothing. And there's just a level of peace of mind that a beaver tail basket will offer that this shock cord does not. So it's a cost-cutting measure, but it still gives you the option to at least lash something to the back of the pack. On the flip side, the Clear Creek does offer you one of those stuff pockets. You have an attachment that kind of holds the whole pack together. You unclip that, and then you get that stuff sack back here where you can easily put your coat, or you could dump other loose items that you want quick access to that's not inside the pack. You have some mesh that kind of gives a little bit of shock to the sides, as well as these upper compression straps that offer some load support. So you can either cinch it down if you're not using it, or kind of open it up if you're gonna stuff a coat or something like that in the back. So between the two, I way prefer this stuff option on the Mountainsmith. Moving on to the water bottle pouches, the Mountainsmith is gonna have a very large pouch on either side. You can easily get your 32-ounce Nalgene's or even larger diametered water bottles that you may have. It's got a reinforced lip here, no shock cord to kind of tie tight. I always like that as kind of an extra option, or that you can kind of loop over it, but that 32-ounce Nalgene will ride flush on either side. And because of the upper compression strap, you could even put smaller compact tripods in one of the baskets, and this compression strap would hold it nice and tight up against the body of the pack. So that's a good little load-bearing capability that this is designed with. Now on the flip side, the Kelty has a lot more going on with water bottle capability and lashing options to the sides of the pack. Now first off, it has their kind of signature pass-through pockets. Now what this is designed with is a pocket on either side of the pack here with a YKK zipper that easily fits a 32-ounce Nalgene. It does have a little bit of extra space, so depending on the style of bottle that you like, you'll probably be able to get most 32-ounce bottles in there, but like a 48-ounce Nalgene will not fit inside these pockets on the 36-liter version. So that is where you can put two Nalgenes on either side, or just other gear and other gear items, maybe a cook set or something like that will easily fit inside these side pockets. Now the other cool feature is that with this pocket behind it is a pass-through compartment. So it'll go all the way through behind the water bottle and then down into a compression pocket very similar to what we saw on the Mountainsmith, that will easily be able to fit a water bottle if you like, or be as a basket for, say, a tripod, your trekking poles, possibly tent poles if you're wanting to pack it out in that format, possibly even long guns for firearms if you're hunting, maybe fishing. A compact fly fishing rod would be able to pass through behind the pocket and down into the basket. Or if you wanted to pack these pockets out, you put the water bottle in the bottom. Just to give you a little perspective there, that 32-ounce Nalgene's fitting in there nice and comfortably. You can push and pull the lip of that pocket over it to really make sure it's nice and secure inside there, and you're gonna have a compression strap on top and bottom, not only to either cinch down the pack or open it up, but also adds for a cinching capability for those longer items you may want to pass through behind this side pocket. So lots of versatility in ways to carry water bottles. You could technically carry 4 32-ounce Nalgenes if that's something that you wanted to do. And between the two, I gravitate way more to the variety of capability that the Kelty offers versus the basic water bottle pouches on the Mountainsmith. And your larger 48-ounce Nalgenes or larger water bottles in general, you would have to put down here in the basket, and then it would be halfway up the pocket sleeve. And as we've discussed, you got that stuff pocket, but there are no other exterior pockets to access with the design on the Mountainsmith. But the Kelty will have a one-sided zipper, meaning that you can only access from one side. There's not like a dueling zipper. And there's just a stash pocket on the back underneath the shock cord. There's no organization, no key keeper. It's very large. It goes all the way down. So you can put a lot of thin, narrower items, maybe maps, those type of things inside this compartment, but there's no organization whatsoever, and there's really no organization in either of these bags. Whereas old designs used to have a little admin pocket with a couple sleeves and another key keeper and things like that. They've opted away from that for just a dump pocket that's accessible right underneath the shock cord. And now let's begin to move on to the interior. So some aspects that it will hit here is on the Kelty, you have a one zipper lid right there with a nice generous pocket and a little key keeper. In a similar fashion, you're gonna have a split lid with a kind of lip rollover there. Large pocket, I would say about the same size as the Kelty, with a key keeper. Now moving on to the main body, what you have here are 2 YKK zippers that are gonna either open and hit the first compression strap, so it kind of acts as a load or top loading bag. Then you can get access to your main compartment. There's no organization in there outside of a tab and the sleeve for your 3-liter water bladder. And then it does have kind of a split port. I'll be honest, this is a very tight port. I can get my hoses through here, but just barely. And if you do not have a quick release hose, you're gonna really be fighting to try and get it through this hole, and you may end up actually having to cut away some of this. So I wish that this was just a more open port here. Then if you wanna have even more access to the bag, you can just disconnect the upper compression straps, and this will go all the way down and give you access to the entire bag. So that's a good feature. I like that, particularly for the size of this bag. It would have been nice for them to give you a little bit of organization on the back panel here, maybe just a little zipper pocket, just keep things organized. That would have been a nice little touch, but it's just a big dump pocket. Now the Mountainsmith is a top loader, so you got your 2 Woojin clips right there that have a lot of give, so you can cinch them down if you don't have a lot in your bag, or you can loosen them up if you got this pretty stuffed out. So you open up the lid, you have a mesh pocket underneath that first pocket, and that's another place where you can store a lot of items. You could put a personal medical kit, other supplies that you want inside the bag, but still want quick access to. Then we have our compression attachment, which also gives us access again to that stuff pocket for your coat. Then you have kind of a water resistant pull string top that is easy to open up, and then you have the access to the main compartment. So again, there's no side zippers. The Kelty obviously will give you, side access if you need it. Now on the interior, we have another organizational pocket here, high vis, that you could put more things in. So you could see that even though the Kelty has a lot more space, it's actually less organized inside the main compartment, whereas the Mountainsmith is not only giving you this mesh pocket here, but then this pocket right here. So you're having 2 dividers and options to throw smaller items in, so it's less likely that you have to open the entire bag up to go get something that fell to the bottom of the main compartment. Then we got our little attachment here for our water bladder and your water bladder sleeve that you'll be able to put your 3-liter water reservoir in. And it does have ambidextrous water bladder hose ports that are larger and a little bit easier to access than the Keltys, so I like these better and are just easier to work with than what's on the REDWING. Well, there you have it, folks. You've seen these, and there are a few other little nuances between the packs. The Mountainsmith has trekking pole attachments with shock cord, and there are a few other little aspects with the Kelty that I'm sure I've missed. But in overall perspective, I hope I've been able to give you a good rundown, and I just want to give you my final thoughts. I really believe that these are almost completely 2 separate ideas in these packs. This is basically like a mini backpacking pack that you can take on a day hike, or if you're really good at packing, you might be able to get 1 or 2 overnighters out of the REDWING 36. It's going to be able to carry a lot more gear, obviously, and do it a lot more comfortably than on your Mountainsmith. On the flip side, the Mountainsmith, though not as much structure, isn't really able to carry as heavy a loads as well, just because of its overall design. It's definitely a little bit higher build quality on its designing. So those are aspects that you'll need to consider. And the Mountainsmith really is just designed as that day pack, but with some extra capacity. And so this would be my thought-provoking question for you. If you are looking for something that you need to carry more equipment than what, say, an 18 or 20-liter pack can carry, and you need that extra size, would it not be better to have the full structure that you get out of the Kelty than to try and get more load-bearing capability and more capacity out of the same structure and design of a day pack? And so for me and how I use equipment, if I'm going for a compact day pack, I actually would go with the Clear Creek 20. I feel like it has a little bit better structure, has a little bit better layout for a lightweight day pack and more versatility. I'd be more likely to use it mountain biking, taking it to the office, and doing day hikes with it. And it is a phenomenal pack, and you'll save about $20, but still get great build quality that you're seeing out of this Mountainsmith. But if you are looking for a day pack or a really ultralight compact backpacking pack, then I think the Kelty is actually the way to go, and I gravitate more to this when I'm doing things like what you saw in that particular video where we were taking, you know, several people out onto the trail, and I'm the one that's carrying the water filter and the full-size medical kit and camera gear and all those other things. And so I want something that's going to not break the bank, but also be able to carry a lot of gear and equipment on my day hikes. The Kelty is able to do that better and not fatigue me and give me more space overall and just more options to carry different types of gear in different ways. So I hope this video has been fun, informative, giving you the data and points that you need so that you can make a wise choice on which gear item is best suited for your needs and scenarios. I appreciate you guys so much. Again, become part of the GT family if you haven't already. Check the other video popping up. Check us out on the social media like Instagram and Facebook, throwing up stuff there all the time. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.